What is up, guys? It's Swammer here, and today we're going to be jumping back into the Ultra League. Going to be trying out a new team of Cresselia, Charizard, and Suicune, very similar to the team of Cresselia, Charizard, and Obstagoon that I had been using before. But Suicune on the safe swap is just slightly safer, not quite so hard countered by the fairies. Doesn't do as well against Registeel, but does have a lot more sort of middle of the road matchups. The reason I'm jumping back to Ultra League is I've faced about 9 out of 10 lead losses in a row with Dragonite, so been having a bit of a frustrating time in the Premier Cup, always losing lead. I was able to flip a couple of those matches, but I had gained actually about 60 rating to get up above 2800 for the first time this season, and then dropped it all back, just losing lead over and over and over again. So going to jump back into the Ultra League, which can be perhaps a little bit more forgiving around the shielding decisions. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. So as I was saying, Ultra League is much more forgiving around the shielding decisions because there aren't very many moves that will one-hit KO most Pokemon. Especially the bulky ones like Cresselia and Suicune. So in this first match, we run into a Registeel on the lead, so this is not very good for us. Going to build up some energy on the Cresselia and save that energy. I'm perfectly fine to take a Flash Cannon from this Registeel, and now I'm going to bring in the Suicune and just start farming up on energy. I'm happy to just hold on to all this energy and then dump an Ice Beam on this Swampert that's coming in. Seeing Swampert come in is actually really good for me. Suicune has a terrific matchup against Swampert, and this was way too fast to be an Earthquake. And Hydro Cannon's just not going to do very much damage, so that does almost nothing. And we're going to be able to get to a Hydro Pump very quickly. I'm guessing that they aren't going to expect the Hydro Pump, and they don't shield, so we're able to take out the Swampert and maintain both shields on Suicune and a ton of health as well. So going straight for the Hydro Pump now on this Granbull coming in. This is looking pretty good for us because our Charizard is going to have a favorable matchup against both Pokemon in the back. We do get a shield from that Granbull, so that's pretty good. Going to come in now with Cresselia and go for the Moonblast. This is likely going to force a shield or get a bunch of damage. We do get the damage and we do get the debuff, so that's pretty good. We're not going to shield on this Cresselia. I want to save those shields for Charizard, knowing that it is going to be able to do really well in this matchup. So we are able to get to another Moonblast. This is going to take out the Granbull, and now we're going to go ahead and swap right into our Charizard against this Registeel. They are getting off a charge move. I may as well shield. I've got 2 shields, but everything that they have will be resisted. It is a Flash Cannon. They're getting off another charge move here. Not going to shield this one. Perfectly fine to let it hit me. Doesn't do very much damage. Going to be able to get off a Blast Burn here, which will be taking out their final shield. And then we're going to be able to get to another charge move before they get off another one of their own, and this is going to be taking out the Registeel. So really good matchup there. Suicune definitely did really, really well in the safe switch my first time using it. Able to really handle that Swampert very, very well and flip that matchup for me. So, so far so good. Just 1-0, but I'm liking Suicune so far. And Suicune has always been one of my favorite Pokemon from the main series games, so I'd be happy if I could use it. I am running Snarl with Hydro Pump and Ice Beam on Suicune. I'm running Hydro Pump just for a hard-hitting nuke. You can run it with Bubble Beam, but if you run it with Bubble Beam, I think it's more effective as a lead than a safe switch. If you can get ahead on energy, I think you're better off to have that Hydro Pump, and so that's why in the safe switch I like to run with that heavy-hitting nuke. So Snorlax isn't a great lead for Cresselia, so I'm going to go ahead and swap into Suicune, and they actually bring in Togekiss. So this is pretty good for me, to be honest, especially because I got a fair bit of energy. So we're going to be able to drop an Ice Beam on this Togekiss and get to another one very, very quickly. They are going to shield the second Ice Beam, but I think that we should be able to get to another Ice Beam before we're taken out. I'm not going to shield here. I think it's just Ancient Power, and it is, which doesn't do very much damage. And we're just able to get to a third Ice Beam, which is going to either take out the Togekiss or force the second shield. And we do force the second shield. So we're going to kind of come in now with Charizard and farm down all of this energy on the Togekiss. Unfortunately, they are able to get to a charge move, so we're going to have to shield the Ancient Power here. But we are able to take out the Togekiss and have a ton of loaded energy. They show Snorlax and then swap into Giratina, and I make a big mistake here. I throw the Dragon Claw. The reason this is a big mistake is that it's still going to be 2 Moonblasts to take it out. So I either needed to throw 2 Dragon Claws so that it was just 1 Moonblast, or throw no Dragon Claws, because as it happens, that is basically just going to be 35 energy wasted, so it's like I didn't farm down that Togekiss. That is basically giving a shield away for free, so that's really bad by me, because as you can see, he's quite low here. You know, a Dragon Claw would be a more energy efficient move, and I could drop this Moonblast on the Snorlax instead, but I'm going to have to drop the Moonblast here. And then the Snorlax is going to be able to farm me down for energy. We're just barely not going to get the Moonblast. And then they're going to have tons of loaded energy. We are going to go ahead and shield 1 Body Slam, but we're going to need more than just a Blast Burn. We're going to need a Blast Burn and a Dragon Claw, I think. So we're going to have to build up some extra energy. They get a Body Slam through. I think I've got more time here, and I'm going for the Blast Burn, but for some reason, they're getting off a charge move before me. I don't think it would have mattered, though. They were just way too far ahead on energy, and I made a big mistake there in terms of throwing the Dragon Claw when I should have just thrown either 2 Dragon Claws or no Dragon Claws. So definitely something that I need to learn from and improve, but Suicune still did really well there in the safe switch roll. Gave me a big advantage against that Togekiss, so pretty happy with how Suicune is performing so far. You guys might be noticing it's taken quite a while to find a match. That's just because of the 3 leagues being back. So getting an Obstagoon on the lead here, this is okay for us. We are going to be able to force shields with the Moonblast. So they're getting off a Night Slash. You never want to shield the first Night Slash in case they get a boost, and then the latter ones will do more damage. So we do get a Moonblast through. Drop a couple fast moves there from some lag. They're getting off another Night Slash. I'm not going to shield. And then building up some energy here, and they actually swap into Armored Mewtwo, which is totally fine with me. Cresselia has a very strong matchup against Armored Mewtwo, so I'm just going to stay in this. They're going to have to drop more than 1 charge move to take me out, I think. So they get a Psy Strike through, and we're going to get another Moonblast through, which is going to get them to about half health. And we actually get 2 attack debuffs, so I'm going to go ahead and swap into Suicune and load up on a ton of energy. Since it's double debuffed, this Psy Strike is not going to do very much damage at all. You can see that does very little. So I'm just going to load up on a ton of energy here and then go ahead and throw the Ice Beam to take out the Armored Mewtwo. And now I've got a bunch of loaded energy for the Obstagoon coming back in. Going to go straight for the Hydro Pump. I'm not going to shield this charge move. It is a Night Slash. Going to get the Hydro Pump off here. That connects and does quite a lot of damage, about half of Obstagoon's health. And then they're getting off another charge move. I am going to go ahead and shield since I have 2 shields and I have an Ice Beam ready. So I'm going to drop the Ice Beam here. This is probably not going to be enough to take it out, but I'm going to go ahead and swap into Charizard and farm down. So now I'm ahead on energy. I've got 2 Pokemon potentially for a sack, but it is a Clefable in the back. So that's really good for us. We're going to be resisting those charms. They're not going to be able to get to more than 1 charge move, and Blast Burn is going to deal a ton of damage. So my opponent, recognizing that, doesn't even bother to use their shield there. So we're able to just take them out. So good matchup there. Again, Suicune performed really well, able to deal a lot of damage to that Obstagoon, and come in very well against that Armored Mewtwo and handle the Psy Strike. So pretty happy so far. And I have won 2 of 3 matches so far as well, so that's not too bad. Definitely taking a little while to find some matches here. I don't know if you guys saw the announcement, but they've announced that in Season 3, when the Ultra League is running, there will actually be a Premier Cup for Ultra League as well. So a league with no legendaries for Ultra League. So that will be really interesting. That'll take out Registeel, Giratina, Cresselia, Melmetal. So what I think that's going to do is take out most of the strongest steel types. So I think that a lot of Pokemon that struggle against steel types, like Charmers and Venusaur, will actually have a lot more play. So here we're getting a Swampert on the lead. This is reasonably good for us. Going to go ahead and stay in this matchup. They're getting off a Hydro Cannon here. I am not going to shield. Going to build up some energy, going to go straight for that Moonblast, sort of faking that I could have the Future Sight, but I don't think anybody actually expects Cresselia to throw the Future Sight there. We don't get the attack debuff, but we are getting to another Moonblast here, and this is going to be dealing a fair bit of damage to that Swampert. They're swapping in their Snorlax. I'm going to go ahead and go for a Moonblast, hoping to get that debuff. Though I think in hindsight it would have been better for me to save that energy on the Cresselia. We do get the debuff, so not going to shield whatever this Snorlax is dropping. Going to go ahead and drop the Blast Burn with this Charizard. Again, I make a mistake here because I should have farmed up a bunch of extra energy, knowing that another Body Slam would not be enough to take me out, because now Swampert's just going to come in and go ahead and drop its energy on me, and I could have gotten off a Dragon Claw at the very least if I'd farmed up some more energy. So I'm going to go back into Cresselia now, though. May as well shield, just because we're going to have to shield something. We've still got 2 shields left. And they're going to go ahead and swap into Registeel. So this is looking pretty tough, because Suicune doesn't have the greatest matchup against Registeel. So we're going to go ahead and let this first charge move hit us. It is Focus Blast. You can see it does a fair bit of damage, but we will be able to survive 2 of them. Going to go straight for the Hydro Pump here. And we do connect with the Hydro Pump. That's quite good for us, but it doesn't do quite half of Registeel's health. So that's a little bit awkward. We do shield up the Focus Blast here. Going to build up to the Hydro Pump again, and now go for the Ice Beam. We really need to land this Shield Bait if we want to be able to take out this Registeel. We do land the Shield Bait, and now we're going to try and sack swap the Cresselia. We do catch the Charge move. The Focus Blast is going to be resisted, so that's pretty good for us. Going to go ahead and go for the Moonblast. And we actually do get the attack debuff on the Moonblast, so that's pretty good. Going to go for another charge move here. I definitely think I should have gone for Future Sight just for a little bit of extra damage. But my opponent swaps in just after the charge move into Swampert, so that's okay for us. They're going to be getting off a Hydro Cannon here. We're going to come in with our Suicune and get off an Ice Beam, but unfortunately we can't save 2 Ice Beams, and we know that this Registeel has loaded energy. So we're going to need to get 1 more Snarl through, but this Registeel has a charge move and is going to be able to take us out. So really well played by my opponent, farming up on the Registeel after I swapped in my Cresselia, and saving that energy for the Suicune coming back in when he was not debuffed. So very nice play on their part to flip that matchup. That probably will be something that I find with this team, is that if I come up against a Registeel in the back after I've used my Charizard, I will have some difficulty handling it. But we'll have to see how that goes. So here we run into a Cresselia mirror on the lead. So getting to the Moonblast, looks like we are going to be winning CMP, so I'm going to go ahead and drop the Moonblast here, hoping for the debuff, but again, doesn't really matter if I get it or not. They're getting off a Moonblast of their own. Neither one of us gets the debuff, so that's totally fine. Going to be getting a second Moonblast off here. And they're getting off a charge move of their own. Not going to shield, no reason to shield in this matchup. They actually go for the Grass Knot, which is slightly less energy efficient, but it might let them get to the next charge move a little earlier. However, we do get to the next Moonblast first. Again, no debuff there, and then we're just sitting there. We're experiencing some lag, so probably lost a few fast moves there, which isn't great. They go for another Grass Knot, actually, and then we're going to be going again for that Moonblast. They get off a charge move of their own here. And connection, yeah, that's definitely true. We're going to go ahead and drop the Moonblast now. And then we're going to swap into Charizard to farm this down, actually, because we know that we're not going to win Switch Advantage here. And they bring in their Giratina. So this is okay for us. We're going to go for Dragon Claws, and what we're really hoping is that we get some shields with our Charizard. If we can get both shields with Charizard, that will be amazing, because Ice Beam is going to be able to deal super effective damage to this Giratina. We do get a shield there, so that's pretty good. Going to go ahead and shield up one Dragon Claw as well, and really hoping that we can get to another Dragon Claw. They are getting off another charge move. I don't shield. I think that we can survive. We do, in fact, survive, and we're able to get off one more Dragon Claw, so this is going to be pressuring that last shield. We do get that last shield, so that's really good for us. Going to come in now with Suicune and go straight for an Ice Beam. They're getting off a Dragon Claw, but I'm not going to shield. It's not going to do very much damage, and I want to save that for whatever they have in the back. So the Ice Beam here is going to take out the Giratina, and then we just have to hope that whatever they have in the back, Suicune can handle with one shield. And it is a Charizard, so this is quite good for us. They are getting off a Dragon Claw here. I'm not going to shield. I want to save that shield in case that Cresselia in the back has loaded energy with Grass Knot. And then I was expecting the sack swap, so I tried to time that Hydro Pump as part of their Fire Spin animation and able to one-shot that Charizard with the Hydro Pump, so that's really big. The Cresselia does get off a charge move here, so saving that shield for the Grass Knot was important, and now we're able to take out that Cresselia with a Snarl. So really good matchup there. First impressions of Suicune are that he performed really well, actually. I'm quite liking this team. So probably going to try and run it a little bit more over the next coming few days. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Not too much time now before we reset and go into Season 3. So definitely won't have too much time with this team before we end up back into Great League. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.